keeper! Leeds back in front! And it's 1-0. Lee Bowyer scores again.
Oh, Keane's in again here, surely this time, yes! Robbie Keane, he's always been the man who's looked most likely for Leeds United.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us for one of the biggest games of the season so far. As second place, Ipswich Town head to the fortress that is Elland Road, and Leeds United look to close the gap to second place. Michael Bridges is joining us for this one. Bridgie, I've got to say, I love your jumper.
You liking it? Thank you very much. It looks like there was a 2-for-1 on deal.
But yeah, you buy one.
You get one free.
No, we did this last time. There isn't actually buy one, get one free on the Christmas jumpers, but there is on all adult kits and training wear. Before Christmas, buy one, get one free.
I say you buy one,
you get one free. We've got it out of our system now, I promise.
Done, let's get on.
Yes, let's crack on, shall we? Look, Bridgie, normally at this time we'd reflect on the previous games, but we've got so much to get through that I want to focus on this game and the magnitude of it. It's not a promotion decider, but it's huge, isn't it?
It is huge. It's almost up there because you're saying it's not a promotion. Ipswich and Leicester have been running away with it, and you know, this season we've competed against both teams. We beat Leicester when they were flying high, nobody else had done them, and we had an amazing result against Ipswich 4-3. So this game at this moment in time, there's a little bit of a gap between the second place and third, and then obviously the rest of the division. We've got to try and get something out of this game. 3 points, absolutely great before Christmas. A draw, I'd be quite satisfied with the draw as well, Emma, because both teams flying high.
Do you think that Ipswich are going to be feeling the same towards this game as
I would
we are
say
here
so.
at Leeds United?
Nobody likes coming to Elland Road. Nobody. It's the fear factor, the fans, you feel the intimidation, and it's a long way to travel, obviously coming up here from Ipswich, and knowing the last result, that they were beaten 4-3, that all the mind games will be going on, so everything is in our favour today.
We hope.
We hope.
Also, we've got to talk about the atmosphere. We're obviously back at Elland Road. It's the last game before Christmas. How much of a role is that going to play, Bridgie?
Sorry, Emma?
Sorry, darling. How much of a role is the atmosphere going to play? We're obviously back at Elland Road. Last game before Christmas.
I love the atmosphere at Christmas. Christmas is a massive football period on the footballing calendar as well as a Christmas calendar, and I used to love being at Elland Road in front of a packed house. You know, the atmosphere's there, everybody's in a jolly spirit, and everybody's wanting to, it's that good vibe. The spirits are high, and hopefully the players can resonate in that and feel that and feed off it and put on a performance today out there, because there is nothing better than a full house here on Christmas.
Obviously, you have that intense schedule over Christmas, Bridgie. We can see Willie and Anto looking very happy there.
They're looking very relaxed once again.
They do. Obviously, we've got that intense schedule, haven't we, over Christmas. As a player, right now, they've got this huge game, but are they looking forward to Christmas? How do you view it as a player?
I used to really enjoy looking forward to Christmas. You've got to be very disciplined off the field. I did love my Christmas dinners too much. But as long as you're disciplined and you're ready for it, because what you find, the players that are playing on a regular basis under the managers, you love it. You're getting results. The games can't come quick enough. You know, if you're one of the fringe players or on the bench or involved in the squad, that the Christmas period is a time and an opportunity for you to get that chance, because you know the games are coming thick and fast. You know at some point you're going to be playing your part, and that's when you've got to be so professional to look after yourself and be ready to capture that opportunity that comes.
which is why I was never an elite athlete, I'll be honest with you.
I've blagged it for many years.
Just on that, talking about team news, we know that today the team is unchanged. Daniel Farke, we've spoken about the fact that he has his favoured 11, but when you look at the fixtures coming so thick and fast, does that beg the question what he's going to do in the upcoming games?
I think it's a great sign that we're able to play the same team on a regular basis, because we've had a really good run apart from the Sunderland defeat, the Coventry draw. There's been a great, togetherness, and you've seen the team dynamics. He hasn't had to change much now. That for me, two ways you can look at it, but the positive side of it for me is that means we haven't had many injuries, we haven't had many suspensions, so he hasn't had to change it by default. However, I think over the next few weeks and months you might see that happen and materialise. Players will come and go in the January window as well. The Christmas period is very busy, so that's why I'm saying you must be ready for the opportunity. And the players that are starting, that's when they'll be looking over their shoulder thinking, I don't want to be the one that misses out on these opportunities. So for me, it's a very positive sign that he hasn't changed it, because that means everybody's fresh. And
it's a big opportunity today as well. What kind of game are you expecting, Bridgie?
I'm expecting a fierce game, an intense game, two very, very attacking teams here. We know what Leeds' front four is all about, the dynamics there. We've seen that we've got impact from the bench as well. Ipswich, 47 goals this season in the Championship. They're the leading scorers in the division. It's a 2.1 average per game. So what we are going to see is two teams going at it. There will be goals. I hope I haven't given it the kiss of death. Two exciting teams, and like I say, it's a very, very attacking style of play, which I love football when it's played like that. I can't stand it when there's two teams that are defensive, and thankfully one of them teams that has attacking football is Leeds United, so it's going to be a hell of a game.
I cannot wait. Well, look, Daniel Farke spoke to the press ahead of today's game, and if you haven't watched this, please do watch intently, because he is phenomenal.
You never know, so my experience is quite often when you speak and expect a goal thriller, quite often it's a stalemate and a boring 0-0, and the other way around. So you never know. So one thing is for sure: two of the best sides in league will meet each other, and it's always a bit the spotlight game of the game day. And yeah, in a full packed Elland Road, we're all looking forward to have this game, and it's a great game. Each and every game, you have the chance to win 1 or 3 points, but not more. Because if we win this game, it's not that like the gap is closed and we are there with promotion. If there's a draw, it's not like something has changed. And if we lose the game, it's not like, okay, the season's over, we have to cancel everything, we stop the season. So because there's nothing to play for, we would still sit comfortably in the top 6 and have a great chance to be there with promotion by using the playoffs, and still have the chance in 23 games perhaps to chase the top 2 spot. So at this moment of the season, it's not a decisive game. It's just an important game because it's another chance to win 3 points, and especially in the home games, we were quite successful so far, and want to keep going with this one. And for that, we are highly motivated. So first of all, many points. That's the most important topic, and my focus is just on the next 4 games. And I had to talk so much about possible transfer, incomings, outgoings. Also in the summer, I've made my point in the last press conference to this. We have a festive period, and right now it's just to be concentrated on this games, and let's talk about all the stuff. I can't avoid that we will talk about the stuff in January anyway, and we'll do this. But I expect a pretty quiet January for us. And right now I'm just focused on the games, not on January. In this moments, I feel more connected with my players and love them even more, like in the spells when we ease from win to win. And this is also a bit like, I know I'm not allowed to speak so too pathetic about my time here at Leeds United, because I'm just here since half a year. But it really feels already that my feelings for this club, I start to love this club already, and I start to love our supporters and what we are. And also when we have a spell like right now, we are a bit unlucky. My connection with this club and with our supporters and what we are doing feels even stronger, because our name says already what we are all about. We are Leeds United. We are Leeds. And this means we never go the easy way. So Leeds means always we're not perfect. We're not without mistakes, but we play and we are there always with a big heart, with honesty, with workload. And we are pretty special and unique. And United, the second part of our name, means, yeah, everyone likes also to moan sometimes, is not happy This just shows that we care. But when it comes down to when it's important, when we have to stick together, then we have also this mentality, we are united against all odds, against all resilience. Then it's a bit like the feeling, yeah, it's us against the world.
We love you, Daniel Farker. And he's right, isn't it? How powerful was that? But he's right. Leeds United, it gets you, doesn't it? It just gets you, and then you love it.
I've played here. I've been out there. I've experienced it. I've embraced the fans. I've had successful times here. I've had tough times here. You get it. Everything that he has just said there, that's proper got me. He gets it, and I love that. To know that we have a manager that has been here for a short period of time that gets what Leeds United is about, it's powerful stuff, and I hope the players have seen that.
Oh,
if they are, they will run through that brick wall. I'm telling you,
and I'm sure he said that too.
Tremendous, and that's great for the fans as well to see.
And it's also brilliant because he's had strong affiliations with other clubs.
Yeah.
It's brilliant that so soon he has this strength of love and passion for Leeds United as a club.
I think that also comes as well. He'll be delighted the fact that the players have picked up on his style of playing, his game style, and the fans have embraced what he's all about. Because we're excited at what he is delivering. So that again just goes to make him an even happier man. But yeah, I'm a big fan of his, but even more so after seeing that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of mutual love. He also stressed as well that there is a long way to go this season, and it's difficult for him to get the balance right. And he's right, isn't it? We speak about how many games there are in the Championship, and obviously he's got a great squad here at Leeds United, but there is still a long way to go.
There's a hell of a long way to go. This is a Championship, anything can happen. There'll be there's a lot of games to go. Like you said, there's a lot of players at different teams will be changing during the transfer window. I'm hoping we're going to be stable enough, you know, one or two to improve the squad for him. But like I say, how I've seen the players, the way we play, the high press at times, the intensity levels, we've managed to keep the numbers and the bodies on the park, which I think is a huge plus. So not only does Daniel Farker get credit, the medical team, everybody behind the setup has got to get the credit for that, and the players, they've shown the accountability to say that when they've flagged something, they've held their hands up, and when they're ready to go, they're flying.
Absolutely. Look, you mentioned earlier that crazy 4-3 game in August against Ipswich. Does that have any impact on today's game?
It does. We've got the upper hand. We've got the bragging rights. And again, I've said it before, there's two very good attacking teams here. The teams this season, I mean, we've conceded 22 goals this season, they've conceded 28, so there is a bit of vulnerability there as well, but attacking football is what it's all about, so this could be absolutely anything, this scoreline.
Yeah, and that makes it exciting, but equally nerve-wracking.
It could be a Christmas cracker, there you go. I
like it. Do you know what, I was just going to ask you about that actually. Does this game highlight the attacking strengths of both, or the defensive vulnerability? Because there were 7 goals conceded in that game.
It highlights both. I think one of the main ones, Rutter getting the goal against Ipswich, it was a fantastic goal to get his campaign off to a start. The way he went through the Ipswich back four just showed he carved them through. He gained momentum from that result definitely. But like I say, it could be absolutely anything. And there's a player that I'm hoping does not perform today, and we'll talk about him later. He was a Leeds player.
No, talk about him now. Go on.
Leif Davis,
yeah,
left back. I mean, we are crying out for a left back of his quality at this moment in time. He left for £1 million. He went over to Ipswich. Obviously, due to lack of opportunities when we were in the Premier League, he's got 10 assists this season for Ipswich. So somebody that we are going to have to contain massively, because he's been one of the stand-up performers in the Championship. Is
there anybody else, any other players in this Ipswich side that we've got to look out for? You know, specific areas of potential vulnerability.
The goal scorers: Connor Chaplin, Nathan Broadhead, 8 goals and 7 goals between them, 4 assists for 1 and 2 for Broadhead. So they're very good attacking players. You know, when you're scoring that many goals this early on in the Championship. So what I will say, our front, I would say 7 when you compare the subs that we can bring on potentially. I'd take Ipswich on any day of the week if you put it down on paper. We've got a far more class about us in that dynamics, but it doesn't always mean that, because these guys are on fire as well. So, like I say, I think it's going to be it's a belter for a Christmas. Yeah. We're at home, thankfully, and I think the fans are going to make a difference to get us over the line.
And look, Bridgie, I know you say that it could go any way, but what would you take an educated guess? What kind of game are we going to get today?
There's going to be chances created, there's going to be shots created, there's going to be saves made, there's going to be goals. I'm going to use one word: whichever team is more clinical gets the result here. You've got to take your chances. So that's the word of the day. There you go. Clinical for Christmas.
I like
for
it.
Christmas.
It's not really what I'd associate Christmas with, but
we'll take it. It will be today.
Yes, it will. Look, LUTV sat down earlier this week with Pascal Struy to talk about the captaincy and the threat that Ipswich are going to pose today.
Well, Pascal, if we could begin with last week's game against Coventry, how did you and the rest of the squad kind of reflect on that when the dust had settled?
Disappointed, really. When we take the lead in the game, it was hard to break them down in the first half. I think we could have done better in the first half, especially, and then in the second half we created so many chances, and then we do get the one. We can see the one after, really, so it's a little bit disappointing to leave with just 1 point, where I feel like, especially also towards the end where we have a lot of chances that we just bury them. We go away with a 3, so, point is a point, you always go a little bit forward, but I think we should have taken more from this game.
It's been so positive this season, Pascal, and there's great partnerships all over the pitch. The attacking players, obviously get a lot of credit, obviously in midfield with Glenn and Ethan, but at the back, your partnership with Joe Roden, that seems to be something that's developing with every single game. How sort of comfortable do you feel playing alongside Joe?
Yeah, really comfortable. I feel like we are not really we're not the same player, but we do have a little bit of the same stuff that we do, and I feel like the more we play together, the more we understand each other's game, and then we can basically complement each other. If that goes well.
Well, it's working well on the pitch, and the captaincy this season, Pascal. You've been here quite a few years now. You've played a lot of football, and you're still at such a young age. So, leading out the team and having that responsibility, how does that feel? And what kind of captain would you say you are?
I would say in the beginning I was always a little bit nervous. I remember getting it the first time and I was a little bit nervous about, I need to speak more and I need to really show that I'm out there. But that's not really the guy that I am, especially in the changing room. So I do it on the pitch, and I do my speaking and stuff on the pitch because this is more natural to me. But whereas in the changing room, I might be a little bit more quiet than the rest because we have other people doing this stuff that speak in the changing room. But also, in the difficult moments, I'm trying to improve myself, making sure I'm a loud voice on the pitch, and also keeping positive when, we're in a, I wouldn't say rough patch, but when we have conceded a goal or something like this.
Yeah, well, standards are so high this year, Pascal, and any other season, it's been talked about a lot. You'd be firmly in the top 2 in the Championship, but this weekend's opponents, Ipswich and Leicester, of course, are having an unbelievable season. So, what do you make to the build-up to this weekend's game?
Really, really exciting game. They've done really well to be in the position where they are now, and the same, of course, for Leicester. But the season is still really long. We still have about 20-something games to go. So, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So hopefully we can just take all the points we have been taking and even a little bit more in the second half of the season, and then hopefully we'll come out on top.
He speaks very well, doesn't he, Pascal? And by his own admission, he's not a shouty and loud captain. But we were just chatting off air there, and you were saying, look, you can lead in different ways.
Totally different ways. Kevin Ball was a captain at Sunderland. He was a shouter and a baller. When I was here at Leeds United, I had Lucas Radere, and I came from one extreme to the other. Lucas was the most quietest, placid man, but the most professional. He knew how to keep everybody together. He had other players on the park that would do that shouting and bawling like your Lee Boyer, and your batty would get into your face to get you going. And Lucas just led in his own way and had a great culture. And obviously Pascal understands that, and what he's doing now. He's not the club captain. He's part of that leadership group now with Luke Elland, with Liam Cooper. But he's been the most regular player this season for Daniel Farkas. Daniel's thinking, who's going to be the mainstay guy out there that I know I can rely on, given the armband. So brilliant.
And how do you think he's adapted to that extra responsibility?
I still can't believe he had that operation and he came back within a week and a bit to play another game and get through his hernia operation with that kind of mentality. So I appreciate that, and I just think he's grown in stature, and he's bonded a really good partnership with Roden, who has been absolutely sensational. He's a right-footed side centre half, Pascal left-sided centre half, and I like I think he's enjoying his role now, where he knows we're playing out. He's got the luxury as well of having 2, if not 3, fantastic defensive midfielders: Ampadu, Kamara, Archie Gray. there's nothing better from a centre half when he knows that you've got two players in front of you that break down play so well, but have also got the ball possession as well.
You're right about Pascal and Joe Rodon as well, that they really complement each other, don't they, as players?
Yeah, the balance. I mean, both good aerially, win the ball, both good with their feet. I think Pascal would prefer to have a lot more goals because he gets a lot of headers from our corners inside the area, and he's unfortunate. His return rate has not been where I always see when I see Pascal in the penalty area, I just see afterwards from the corner, he's like that. Oh, I missed another one. If he starts getting that going as well, that'll add another niche to his dynamics and his presence. But the togetherness that they've had, the understanding, every time they've been relied upon. I think I've only seen once this season where I've thought the understanding wasn't there in one of the games, but they're back together.
And when you look at how many games we've had, that's not too bad going.
You'll take that, yeah.
He spoke about the fact that he was quite disappointed with some of the goals conceded this season. Is today going to be a real test of that defence, do you think, Bridgie?
Yeah, because you're coming up against one of the best teams, the best goal-scoring team in the division. We said before, 47 goals. They're leading in ranks for that. They're leading Ipswich are 117 shots on target. So today is a test for that dynamics, that togetherness in the defensive. I class the back four, but you've got to say a back five because Melier, again, he's part of that defensive unit. He's been magnificent this season when he's been relied upon.
Well, Bridgie, off the pitch, we've been putting the Leeds United squad through their Christmas challenge paces. If you haven't seen the Bake Off, have you seen the Bake Off special?
I haven't.
It is golden. Have a look at this.
Oh no. I've never seen anybody on the Bake Off like that, have you? Surprise! Let's see if you remember how to do this, Deej. Let me get you to the front of the house. Whoa, 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 don't look at me. Get that smothered on there.
What are you saying, that you do exactly what I'm doing?
Here we go. No, sorry. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, I can't do anything.
You're actually
I can't
clean.
actually do anything. Just anything boobly, you know, the geezer goes on holiday for 11 months of the year. I've given up with this already.
That's the best thing you can do, put it on your hands.
Do you know when they make piping on like Bake Off and that looks so easy? Yeah. I've never seen anybody on the Bake Off like that, have you? What has happened here?
Can the cameras see the gaps in his foundations here?
No, they can't. It's clever bacon.
I am pigs in blankets from breakfast. I don't mind a pigs in blanket for breakfast on Christmas Day.
Oh, not for me. Look at that. Are you just going to turn it around after? Like, surprise?
Yeah, surprise. Surprise. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas. Mine's awful. There we go. The big reveal. Where did you get that Christmas tree from?
What? Wait, have you got two?
But how come you got that little Christmas tree there? I didn't get that one.
Which one? This one?
The green thing, yeah.
Ah, see. Little tree. These are meant to be windows. A few sweets on there. I've just seen it. This one's better.
No chance.
Yeah! Surprise!
Surprise! Nah, Deej, well done, mate.
Well done.
You know. Come on, Deej. Oh.
You can see all of the Christmas content on the LUTV app and across the Leeds United socials. They did look dirty there, not giving him a Christmas tree, didn't they?
They certainly did, but I feel for Joffrey. He looked so stressed. He looked more stressed there than he does out there at Elland Road. He was panicking.
Also, are you a pigs in blankets from breakfast kind of guy?
Please, Emma, do I look like it? Of course I am.
A pig in a Leeds United jumper blanket. I'm joking, Bridgie.
That's terrible.
I am joking. You heard it here first. I am joking, I'm joking.
It's all a joke.
Look, just a matter of minutes to go until kick-off. So let's quickly just reflect on that game against Coventry. It wasn't a classic Leeds United performance. We know that Daniel Farker drew on that and said, you know, there are certain things. He always praises players, but also looks at areas of improvement. What will they have been working on because of how big this game is and the fact they've had a bit more time?
Well, I think this game will be a lot more expansive because Ipswich like to play out. They put numbers forward, so there's spaces to exploit. You've got to not commit too many players forward because you know that Ipswich are doing that, but then again, when you win the ball back, the transition's got to be great, and that's what we are good at. Against Sunderland, the result was completely different. They defended in numbers and they caught us on the counter-attack. We didn't know how to break them down, so then you go to the Coventry game back at Elland Road, we're thinking, oh, what's going to come. We could see moments of it, but it just looked a little bit too glitchy and ran out of ideas in the final third. So he's had a lot of time to work on it with the players. They'll be going through their, I call it patterns of play, as the coaches go on about, and they show the dynamics of what to do, and then it's up to the players to go out and execute the game plan. So like I said, I am very, very excited for this game, because I know it's going to be a hell of a game, and I'm just hoping that we are obviously the 3 points at the end of it. Yeah, fingers crossed. Look, you've spoken about the threat of Leif Davis and some of the areas that we'll have to target today, really, if we want to get anything from this game. But where will they be looking? Who are the main threats in this Leeds United squad for them, this team? So what Ipswich are going to be worried about? Where will Ipswich be concerned? They'll be watching the goals from last time, George, and especially since Rutte scored his goal from against Ipswich, the way he done it, because he's gone on to a whole new level since there. So Georgie's become a fan's favourite out here. And then you look at Piru, who goes and just I call it a bit of a free roll. You don't know where Piru's going to end up in that final third. We've seen him go down the right hand side, down the middle. Georgie drops in, the dynamics, and then when you're talking about Somerville, you've got who's in great form, goals galore. Any defender that doesn't do the homework on Somerville in the Championship needs their head examined. And on the other side, Dan James, who I've always been a fan of, but always said, are you going to be able to get the assists? Are you going to be able to get the goals? Where's the end product? And thankfully, Dan is finding that run of form. He needed a couple to go in, and ever since then, you can almost might say, right, he's going to score this game. So all in the final third you've got to worry about. And then if we play a little bit disjointed, Archie sometimes gets up and joins in the attack. But Ipswich, they allow their fullbacks to both bomb on. And Leif Davies, like I said, 10 assists this season. He's their threat. Right, Bridgie, moment of truth. Yeah. Score prediction. I'm not giving you score prediction this week. Bridgie, he never does this. Come on, it's the last game before Christmas. Give us your score prediction. 3-1. 3-1 to Leeds United. 3-1, yes. We must always make that very clear. 3-1. Okay, well, 3 minutes to go before kick-off. The atmosphere is absolutely incredible outside here at Elland Road. You can hear it from in here. I was just about to say, we normally can't hear that. Yeah, you might be able to actually hear that. Okay, before we hand you over to your commentary team of Tony DeRigo and Bryn Law, let's get the thoughts of young Archie Gray.
Well, Archie, this has the look of a big game today, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, second v third, it's always a big game, and on TV as well, which makes it, you know, everyone will be watching, so hopefully we can perform. So yeah.
Do you feel under extra pressure, given that there's that little bit of a gap between yourselves and Ipswich league table?
No, obviously it's an important game, but we're just taking it as another game. You know, there's so many games in this season, and obviously it's an important game, but we're not putting extra pressure on this game, and obviously we want to win, and you know, it's like every game, taking it like every game so far.
The atmosphere should be great today. Do you need the fans' help perhaps in this one?
Yeah, definitely. We get it every game, and obviously it's like the 12th man every single game, so it'll be really important today as well. Christmas is coming. This would be a good way to start it, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll just get the 3 points today and bounce back from the last few games and see what happens. Yeah.
As Archie Gray describes it, potentially the perfect Christmas gift for Leeds United supporters here this afternoon would be a home win against Ipswich Town. Added status for this fixture, you would feel, despite many attempts to downplay its importance from the Leeds camp through the course of the build-up, because Ipswich are the side in second, Ipswich are the side that Leeds United are chasing, and the gap is a big one. There's no way of describing it any other than it being a big one. It's double figures at the moment. Leeds need, at the very least, to get it down to single figures as quickly as possible as we move into the second half of the Championship season.